afternoon. My name is Erica Kraft, and I'm with the City of Anderson Community Development Department. I'd like to welcome everyone here this afternoon to our amendment to our 2020-2024 Con Plan and 2021 Annual Action Plan. The purpose of this hearing is to discuss our CARES CDBG-CV3 allocation that we received from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. CARE stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. CARES funds were made available $5 billion in supplemental community development block grants, CDBG funding for grants to prepare for, and respond to coronavirus. These grants are referred to as CDBG-CV grants. Each entitlement community that receives an annual allocation of community development block grants, CDBG funds, were eligible to receive funding through CARES in round 1 and round 3 of the funding allocations. Round 2 were allocated to states. The City of Anderson previously received $371,660 in round 1 of the CARES CDBG-CV round 1 funding. We also received an additional allocation of $251,066 in CARES CDBG-CV round 3. Again, we will be discussing primarily the third round allocation this evening. We've previously held hearings to discuss the use of our CDBG-CV1 funds and currently have projects underway. The total funding from both our CV1 and CV3 allocations combined totals $622,726. Each grantee that receives CARES CDBG funds are responsible for notifying the public of how we intend to use these funds for the prevention and response to coronavirus. The eligible uses of these funds are limited. Tonight, I'm going to primarily discuss the $251,066 allocated under CARES Community Development Block Grant CV3 funds. Those funds were proposed for $50,213.20, which is 20% of the grant award. 80% we are proposing to use to provide mortgage assistance. That amount totals $200,852.80. $50,213 for administration will be used for several activities. These activities will not exceed 20%, as previously stated. They will cover staff salaries for operating the program, marketing the program to underserved populations, monitoring compliance. We will also look at preliminary environmental reviews and technical assistance. The mortgage assistance that we're proposing to provide is 80% of the CDBG-CV3 grant. That amount, as stated, is $200,852.80. We are proposing that we will administer this through the Community Development Division, the use of consultants, and working with a nonprofit agency as a subrecipient of the City of Anderson. Mortgage assistance will be utilized in the following ways: to assist low-income persons that are low to moderate income that are facing hardships because of coronavirus, and they are struggling to meet their monthly mortgage payments. We will also assist persons that are living within the Anderson city limits. This assistance will be provided in the form of a forgivable loan. The maximum assistance that we're proposing to provide each household is $5,000. We previously received CDBG CV1 funds. That amount, as I stated, was $371,660. Those funds had been approved by HUD, and they were allocated as follows: 15% of the funds $55,749 was allocated for public services. Additional $55,749, 15% of the $371,660 was allocated for administration. 70% of the funds was allocated for economic development assistance. Public services. The public services, the $55,749 that was allocated from the $371,660 grant, we've partnered with the Anderson Free Clinic to provide a public service. The public service will utilize these funds to provide testing, diagnosis, or eligible services to reach the most vulnerable communities. This project will meet a HUD national objective of benefiting low to moderate income persons. The free clinic currently serves patients that are at the poverty level and that do not have insurance. Most have chronic illnesses that may include hypertension, diabetes, COPD, or they may be overweight and obese. Economic development assistance that I spoke of previously. We've been utilizing our $260,162 to assist businesses throughout the city of Anderson. We are providing assistance that is short-term, and it will enable them to retain jobs that are held by low-income persons. And we've also been surveying the need for this project, and there was a great need, and that is reported in the Business Pulse survey. Economic development assistance. In order for a business to be eligible to receive assistance, they must be located in the city limits. They must obtain a registered DUNS number through Duns and Bradstreet, and they must also have a SAM code. You have to also have jobs that are being retained. The applicant has to be in good standing and not be on a debarment list from HUD. The geographical location of the business is that it must be located in the central business downtown or in the community development redevelopment area to receive additional points under the scoring criteria. We cannot provide assistance to businesses that have received assistance in the past that will duly enrich them. We must also ensure there is no duplication of benefits from the CARES funding in partnership with utilizing those same funds for other activities or other federal funding. Persons that receive economic development assistance may utilize the CARES funds from CV1 for machinery and equipment, payroll expenses, contract labor, supplier payments, rent, lease, or purchase payment for businesses. They may also utilize the funds to show critical business operations or for personal protective equipment and or sanitation supplies. The maximum award that a business may receive is $10,000. And to date, thus far, we have allocated $155,500 to 20 businesses located throughout the city. We are utilizing $55,749, as previously reported, for administration. That is for the economic development staff, community development staff, consultants, or other professional services that we have to employ to operate this program. What are our next steps? The first step is tonight, we're hosting a public hearing for the 2020-24 con plan and our FY 2021 annual action plan. We are allowing the public to comment on this proposed use of funds from March the 30th through April the 5th. Once we receive the comments, we will complete our amendment. We will include any comments or concerns in our citizens' participation. We will submit our con plan annual action plan amendment to HUD on April the 6th, 2021. Council will be advised of this project as well as they were previously on April the 12th, 2021. The next step is to develop the program design, applicant eligibility criteria, etc. And the program will be available to the public at a date to be determined within the near future. At this time, I am going to conclude and allow for questions or comments. Questions or comments on the CARES CDBG-CV3 amendment may be accepted until Monday, April the 5th, 2001. Anyone with a comment or question should email me at ecraft@cityofandersonsc.com. Comments may also be submitted by mail to me, Erica Kraft, City of Anderson, Community Development Division, address 601 South Main Street, Suite 202, Anderson, South Carolina, 29624. You may contact me at the City of Anderson Community Development Department. The number is 864-231-2223 or 864-231-2242. I thank you all for joining us for this public hearing and encourage you to contact us if you have questions or comments. Have a good evening.